Good afternoon. Hi, it's been a minute, but yeah. Anyway, let me see if it is live. I think it's live. I'm hoping it's live. This video is called, let me see if I don't want to sweat up in here. This video is called Heal to Live. Okay, every time every day I ask the question, I say this all the time, I ask the question, how can I change the planet with love? So I get information in regards to what can be done in that regards. So anyway, now this one is about healing to live, heal to live. A couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine had called me and asked me if I remember this lady who that I probably met a few years ago, and she passed away. And I couldn't remember who she was, but what she ended up telling me was, she gave me a little background about what happened. She said she was driving, and you can do the road rage thing, and she stopped at, I don't know if it was a gas station or something, because she got out the car and was just going off, and then she fell. So I'm listening to the story, so I'm like, oh snap, did the other person in the car, the other person that was in the other car, did they attack her or did they shoot her or something? You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I was expecting the worst. So she's like, no, what had happened was, because of the trauma, her own the things that she'd been through in her life, because of all those things, she was very, how'd you put it, she was very high strung, she was very defensive, very broken, very upset, very angry. And what took place was, she had a heart attack right there and dropped to the floor and died. Well, they said that by the time that the ambulance got to her, they didn't give her mouth to mouth, so she didn't have the oxygen going to her brain, so basically she was brain dead. But she had a heart attack, that's how she dropped to the floor. And I was like, yo, so you mean to tell me her road rage basically killed her? And she was like, something like that. But then when she gave me the background of her story, and her story was tragic, in regards to what she endured through trauma, abuse, a lot of stuff over the years. And because of all that stuff, she was emotionally unstable, emotionally unwell, emotionally broken down. And having all that energy holding her back, and being very high strung, is what assisted with her having the heart attack. So, like I say, I'm always asking the questions with spirit. So I was like, well, how do you connect the trust? First of all, I know I got a little bit of road rage. Since then, when I say that every car that goes by and they do stupid stuff, because you can't control how other people drive, I'm like, you know what, you got it. Thank you. I am not feeling no energy in my being because your crazy stuff. I'm not about to do that. No car and their behavior is going to take me out. How about that? Especially when I know I have an issue with road rage. So I was like, no, you got it. So basically what they've been letting me understand is, in order for us to change the vibration of the planet with love, we have to work on our own stuff. I've said this before, probably last year when I was doing my lunchtime chronicles at school. But I'd said this before, that we have to work on ourselves. There's a lot of things coming up in our world in order to be released, in order to be understood. All the trauma, all the things that have added to our life, the way we behave, the way we feel, the way we correspond with other people. There's a lot of things that has been happening in our world, and we have to address those things. We have to acknowledge that these things are traumatizing and they need to be healed in some way. Now you have a lot of you've got a lot of priests out there, you've got a lot of therapists out there, you've got a lot of people out there that are willing to assist. And what I found is, because I do readings as well, and then I found that the people that I've come across, everybody's got stuff that's coming up. I don't know whether it's the Venus in retrograde or whatever the case may be, but right now there's a lot of stuff coming up. Remember, we're in this space of this COVID stuff, which brings up a lot of fears also. So when you've got a lot of people living in fear, you've got a lot of people who are very high strung in regards to what they're doing in their life. How's it going to be? What's it going to do? Blah, 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 blah. So things are coming up for you to address in a way that you can get them out and release them. Remember, there's a lot of higher energies. Oh gosh, I'm getting hot in here now. Gordon Bennett. There's a lot of higher energies coming through in order for us to be able to maneuver in this new way in time in life. This is we're never going to go back to the same way again. This space, this COVID stuff, is brought about a new space. So in this new space, we have to release a lot of stuff. We have to let go of a lot of stuff. We have to be open to get rid of a lot of energy, a lot of negative stuff that we've been living with for so long, in order to allow this new energy, this new information, this new knowledge, this new wisdom to be able to come through us and to be able to support each other. Remember, this is that time I keep talking about as uniting with love, changing the planet, changing the vibration with love. The only way to do this is to working on ourselves. Individually, we all got issues. Some way, some form, some fashion, everybody's got stuff that they're dealing with. It is the time that we take that time out to understand what it is within us that needs to be let go of. Me, myself, as confident as I may appear at times, I have my insecurities. I have my doubts about, am I getting stuff? Am I doing the right thing? Me coming on here talking, I have my own insecurities that I have to work on, because as long as I don't work on those things, they block me. They block my elevation. So in order for us to collectively work together, to collectively allow this love, this new energy to work through us, we have to do our own work. We have to do the work that we came here to do. Sometimes I've created this this new reading, I suppose it's called Soul to Soul readings, which to me allows my higher self, my soul, to connect with somebody else's soul, to give them what they need to hear outside of themselves. Because remember, we always know what we need to do, but sometimes we have to hear it outside of ourselves in order for us to pay attention to it, or in order for us to understand the things that are blocking us, or the things that we need work on. And so these are the things that I'm doing with people now, that bringing this information up in order for it to be released. Because when you've had trauma or circumstances been going on for many, many years, sometimes you have no clue on where to start. And the hardest part is not knowing where to start and then what to start on, to the point where you're looking at everything as like, oh my God, it's just, oh, well, it's just too much. Then you get to the point where because it's too much, you don't do nothing. And so Spirit is saying, as we are, I'm Ifa people, bit by bit, we eat the head of the rat. Bit by bit, we take our time. As long as we acknowledge that we have something that we have to work on within ourselves, as long as we can accept, even though we don't know how we're going to do it, if we can accept that we've got things within us that we need to learn and need to let go of, that's the first step, is understanding that we have something that we have to work on. When you accept that you have things that you have to work on, good, bad, or indifferent, that's the beginning to allow that information, that knowledge and wisdom to work you through that in order for you to get through whatever it is that you need to get through. Like I said, it starts on an individual basis, because once you've started to free yourself from all those energies that have been blocking you, that's been stifling you, because remember now, all this hard energy, all these hard things that we have to deal with, it's almost like corrosion to the body. When we have so many issues that we have within our life, all the issues, I can't even see, what is this? Keep both hands on the wood. Hey, I got it. I'm at home now anyway, so that's good. But I'm not gonna pull in yet. I'm a wait. But I showed you what he was on. When we have a lot, no, don't go. We have a lot of stuff that we need to work on, right? So with all these energies that we're dealing with, good, bad, or indifferent, that we've had to deal with through our life, those energies, if not transformed and released in some way, they end up sitting on your body somehow and messing with your cells. You know, your cells are every cell has wisdom in order to do what it does. And so when you don't work on stuff, your kind of body gets corroded, and that's where you get all these sickness coming from. So they're letting me know that sometimes just hearing things outside of yourself about what needs to be going on in your world frees you to want to do the work. You know what I mean? And I found, and this is not, I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's you know, just like a couple of people here, there, and everywhere. Everybody finds that, you know, when they start to dig deep in themselves, stuff will come up. Stuff has to come up in order to work through it. And it's this time that we're going on with now, with this COVID and all the fears that they're trying to project, and all the lies that's coming up, that we're seeing what's happening. We're seeing the monstrosities that they're doing, the lies that they're doing, the way that they're trying to cover up stuff. It's bringing light to our own issues. And the way that they're wanting us to work through this is to actually do the work. We have to go within ourselves. There's no other way to do it. We have to go within. And that's why I say that, you know, there's priests out there. There are, you know, people that you need to talk to, or people that can assist you through this process in order to each one teach one. Like I said, how do we change the planet with love? How do we change the vibration of this planet with love? We do that by working on ourselves. We do that by doing the work that we need to heal from. And like I said, the lady that passed away from what it seemed to me like road rage, it was due to all the anger, all the frustrations, all the stuff that she'd never dealt with in her life. Or no, because some of the things that was told to me was that you know, she told family members of abuse that was happening to her, and they didn't believe her. And this continued on and continued on. So I know that there's people out there that understand them stories. Do you understand? So what do you think that kind of energy is going to do to you? What kind of energy you holding on to? What kind of trauma that is confusing your life, which is speaking for you right now when you're trying to make decisions based on where you're trying to go? You're still feeling the trauma from before, and that's influencing your decisions and you moving forward now. Oh gosh, where's my face cloth? Shoot, I'm getting out in here. But anyway, so yeah, so like I said, this is a space where we have to my ancestors were right on time. I was just sitting here doubting myself, and I logged on and listening to your live. Oh, see, I mean, I can't make this up. Look at me, I'm sweating like sweating buckets. I can't make this stuff up. That's what it is. Like I said, I asked for ways to bring information across. I asked for ways to enlighten people and for people to understand what they're going through. And sometimes it's not easy. It's not easy doing this alone. We have to work together on this. We have to be able to heal each other, or help have space or hold space for others to heal. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm working on me. I'm working on my little insecurities. I'm working on my doubts that I have within myself. You know, we all have them. You know what I mean? I've done so much work on myself in order to get to the point of where I am now, where honestly, a lot of things, I don't allow them to get to me. I don't allow other people's opinions to get to me, whereas at one point they used to. But now, really? No, I got to really accept me for me and do the work that I came here to do. I can't worry about what anybody thinks about what I'm doing or not doing, or the way that I'm doing it in order to suit them. Can't do that. You know what I mean? It kind of defeats the purpose. So like I said, when you start to work on the issues that, you know, you've been prolonging or putting aside, or, you know, just ignoring, it is time for these to come up. And the sad thing is, if you don't work on them voluntarily, they will come up in such an unexpected way in order to force you to do it. And when it happens like that, don't nobody want tower moments in their life, even though they come to clear the air, clear the energy in order to build anew. But you don't want it to come at an inappropriate time when things seem to be going all well, all fine and dandy. You thought that you just ignored this stuff. You thought you just put it behind you and you'd have left it alone. No, all you've done is suppressed it in order for it to say, okay, I'm going to come back up again to let you know that you need to work through it. So anyway, that's what this video was about. Healing to live. When you don't heal wounds that I remember, who was it that said it? Until you heal the wounds of the past, you will continue to bleed. And at times you will continue to bleed on those that are there to assist you. And they don't need to be bled on when they're just trying to support you. But in order for you to do this work, you have to be willing and acknowledge that you have work to do. You know what I mean? You have to acknowledge the things, the good, bad, or indifferent things that's happened in your world, and ask for that guidance, ask for that assistance, because it happens, it works, and people just miraculously find their way to assist you. Mudupa, you are a blessing to us. All who are open to hear, definitely thankful for you, Oba. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But like I said, that's what we're here for. We're here for to assist each other to get through this. You know what I mean? Apparently, this is a new world that we're trying to create for ourselves, and it has to be based on love. It can't be based on anything else. Iya agboato ashuri wari wafon. Aje fumike. Thank you. But yeah, it is basically that we each one teach one. We got to love each other enough to want to support each other through these things so we can have a better world to live in for our children. We can't leave a whole bunch of mess for our children to deal with. You know what I mean? They've already going through a lot. Can you imagine, you know, all these children that couldn't go anywhere and they're stuck inside? Do you know how much energy, do you know how much that's messing with their minds? So you've got to be creative. You've got to be creative to understand that there's some sort of psychological, I don't want to say damage, but there's some kind of psychological issues that this space is created for everybody. If we're dealing with it as adults, imagine what the children are dealing with. So we've got to find creative ways to move that energy around so that it doesn't become stagnant. And, you know, anything that gets stagnant gets stuck and it stinks and it becomes something else that we don't want. So, like I said, this is a time to healing, to live. We don't want, like I said, I am not going to allow road rage to take me out. So I'm working on my emotions, my angers of people on the road, and not allowing them to do that to me. So anyway, that was what this was about, you know. So take that time to understand what it is within you that needs to come up, that needs to be released, that needs to be worked through in order for you to let it go. You know what I mean? Because energies, you know, when you start to work on that process, energies transform quite quickly when you're in the mind frame to do so. It's not something that it can take years. The only time things take years is when you're resisting the space of change, when you're resisting. And you know what? We're in complete, this is Oya's world right about now. Change. It is impossible to walk in this world and don't think change is happening. All those powers that be that think that they are going to continue to lie to everybody and continue to for the okie doke and everybody's just going to play along with it. No, it's changed. So this is where we are now. We're in a space of change, so we've got to embrace the change and work with it, work through it in order for us to have a better world, a better living space, a better breathing space, a better emotional space. You know, we got to do it ourselves. Nobody else is going to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, and hopefully that was clear enough. Hopefully it wasn't too long either. But I love you. Like I said, I love me, and I love you too. And yeah, if I'm here, you know, and I know there's many other priests out there too that are always willing to assist anybody that needs help. You know what I mean? Because we all need help. I got my elders that I go to in my times of need, and even when I just need some support or just some clarification to understand what I'm going through, I got mine, and then I'm there for others too. So like I said, there's many people out there that are there support systems for each of us. So anyway, now, love you lots. Take care, and until the next time, all right? Peace out.